The number one way to fight the urge, temptation, or trigger to watch pornography. I'm Dr. Trish Lee. Let me tell you how to do it. Okay, first, let's back the bus up for a minute and talk about really what is at play during a triggery moment of urge and temptation. What's going on in that moment? So, I want you to think about specifically what is happening for you during that moment. Do that now. Think about what happens. Typically, what happens is you hear thoughts in your mind or in your head. Now, I challenge you right now to think, who is that talking in your head? Who's telling you all the reasons why you should go watch porn now? Telling you all the reasons why it's going to make your life better and it's going to help you feel good and it's going to take the edge off. Who is talking in your mind? Hopefully, if you've watched enough of my videos, I don't have to tell you who it is. You already know. It's the hijacker. That is not you in there talking. That's the hijacker who's sitting in the driver's seat because of pornography. That hijacker's only job is to get you to go back to watch more. So when you're in those moments, when the hijacker starts telling you all the great reasons why he's driving the car instead of you, and how his destination is the better one instead of you being able to get to go home where you want to go, you remember that is not your voice. But that's not going to be good enough, is it, in a moment of trigger or temptation? So let me give you a very specific technique to use in that moment. But before I give it to you, I have to remind you that the more control you have over your brain, the better you're going to be able to use this technique. So part of me gets a little nervous about sharing these techniques with people on YouTube because I understand that many of you will not be able to use this technique because you just have no control over the hijacker. The second he starts talking to you, he's in control. So really what needs to happen is you need to get control over your brain before you can even use these techniques. But I'm going to give it to you anyways because I want you to try to start gaining some success. So here's the technique. In the moment of trigger or temptation, when the hijacker starts talking to you, I want you to listen to what he's saying. And then I want you to talk back to him. So if you're about to go engage in your habit of pornography or masturbation, likely you're on your way to be by yourself anyway. So before you hightail it out of there and get into a public space with other people, which is another technique, before you do that, I want you to give the hijacker a face. Or you can give the hijacker something that you can see in your mind. So maybe he's wearing a black ski mask because he doesn't want his face to be seen because hence he's a hijacker. I want you to see him. And then now I want you to see him in a chair. Put him in a chair so that you can talk to him. And this is very important. This isn't some weird foo-foo thing that I'm just coming up with. This is a technique called Gestalt. And basically what it does, it will bring you out of your head and your mind back into your body and see the hijacker as somebody else. And it will give you more control over your brain. So I want you to put that hijacker in a chair and actually listen to what he's saying. Now here is the important part. Then I want you to think of yourself. So if you're Joe, I want you to think of yourself as Joe, not the hijacker, because now you know that that hijacker isn't you. So I want Joe to talk back to the hijacker and tell the hijacker what you need to tell him about how you feel about being hijacked. Now, hopefully, if you've watched the videos that I've been making, you know that the hijacker is trying to shrink your brain and make it less active. Do you want that? Do you, Joe, want a shrunken, less active brain? Absolutely not. If you've watched other of my videos, you know that what the hijacker wants is to destroy your purpose so you can't feel good in the world and go to work and rock out your best work and life. The hijacker wants to destroy your relationships so that you keep coming back for more porn. All the hijacker wants is to stay in the driver's seat. So he's going to tell you all the reasons why he needs to be in the driver's seat and you're along for the ride. You have to think of all the reasons and you have to tell him physically that you're not having it because you've got the most awesome project going on at work. You've got a cool startup going. You are in school and you've got another year to graduate and you have to study for your calculus exam so that you can graduate and get your degree and become whatever you want to be. You, Joe, not the hijacker. He doesn't give two craps at all about what you become. He just wants you to come back for more and more and more. Think about your relationships. If you have a partner, this is literally going to destroy your relationship with your partner. It has no choice but to eventually. So if you value your partner in your relationship, remind yourself. Joe tells himself that no hijacker. So you tell the hijacker, no, I will not watch more because if I do, my cute girlfriend isn't going to be with me anymore. And even if it's the wife you detest, if you get out of that relationship, you don't want to have to tell your next little honey that you are a pornography addict. You need to kick this hijacker to the curb before it escalates even more. And in your hobbies, if you play guitar, if you shoot darts, if you like to hang out with your friends and play volleyball, you will be worse at all of those things with your shrunken, less active brain that the hijacker is giving you. So bring yourself out of your mind, put yourself in your body, in the here and the now, in the moment you're in. Not in all those fantasy thoughts that the hijacker is telling you. That should give you more control so you can make a better decision because you're out of your head, in your body, thinking of the hijacker as the hijacker and recognizing those are not your thoughts. Those are not your words in your head. That technique can work. So use it. If you try it and you can't use it, that is a major sign that you do not have control over your brain. That once the hijacker starts talking to you, he's in the driver's seat and he is going 90 miles per hour on the highway to nowhere, and that you need support in this journey. Okay, try that technique. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. And remember, control your brain or it'll control you.